Today we're making chicken risotto. It's the easiest risotto recipe. It's a great way to feel like you're having a fancy dinner, but it only takes one pan and 30 minutes of your time. It's super creamy, flavorful, and budget friendly. Let's get cooking. First you need 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast. And before you ask, yes, you can use chicken thighs. Now we are going to cut this into 1-inch pieces. I like to fillet my chicken breast first and then run my knife through them to get that those 1-inch pieces. When I say 1-inch pieces, don't panic. What I mean is bite size. You want to be able to eat it on a fork. So to fillet your chicken, you press one hand down firmly, take your large knife and run it through horizontally. You'll have your 2 pieces. I leave them laid on top just to make it easier. See the grain going this way? You'll cut your chicken long ways. This is what's going to give you those chicken tender, like fall apart bites. I'm going to do this for all of them. And then I'm going to cut them into those 1-inch pieces. So what happens is now you have these beautiful bites that you've cut really quickly. Chicken's chopped, hands are washed. We're going to switch cutting boards and switch a knife. Gotta keep that chicken stuff away. Now we need to chop up 1 onion and we're gonna finely chop it up, but I'm gonna cheat by using my food chopper. And by the way, friends, if you didn't know, you can find the full recipe linked in the description below, plus everything else you might need. You can find any of our free recipes at eatingonadime.com. We are on a mission right now to help families eat well on a budget. I'm cheating and using this food chopper. We have it linked. The thing I love about it, can I cut an onion? Yes. Is this faster? Yes. Is this whole thing dishwasher safe? Yes. So it's so easy. So what I do is I cut them into quarters. I push down to the point and then you just push through. And look how fast you'll have these evenly chopped pieces in minutes, and you have a less chance of getting tears. So see this point? Well, hold on. It's got this point you push down. Then you just push this through. And look at these beautifully chopped onion pieces, all the exact same size. Onion is chopped, and before we head over to the skillet, let's talk about this. This is important. This is what we need to make the risotto. It's called Arborio. I might have said it wrong. We found this at our local grocery store, so you can find this anywhere. Like I said, it's budget friendly. And you'll see on there, it says Italian style rice for risotto dishes. So that's how you'll know that you got the exact thing that you need. And you're gonna find this on the same aisle that you're gonna find your rice recipe. You're probably thinking, wait a minute, risotto is pasta. Actually, it's rice. It's an Italian style rice, very affordable and easy to find at any grocery store. In a large skillet, we're gonna heat this over medium-high heat and drizzle about a tablespoon of olive oil. Next, add in your chicken pieces. Spread it out for a thin layer. Season with a ½ teaspoon of pepper and a whole teaspoon of salt. Now you're going to be tempted to move the chicken around. Don't. This is the secret to making amazing skillet recipes. Leave the chicken there and let it brown. So even though you want to move it around, move the spatula and then let it do its thing. Now see how you're starting to see the chicken turning white on the edges, and when you flip over a piece, see you're getting that beautiful brown, and on the pan you're going to see the brown. Now it's time to flip them over and let them keep cooking. This took about 4 minutes, so 3 to 5 minutes is usually how long they will cook until it's ready to flip. Now all these little pieces on the pan, that is where all the yummy flavor comes into and makes your sauce amazing. After it's been cooking for another 3 to 4 minutes, we are going to take our digital meat thermometer. I've got everything we're using today linked. We want to make sure it's at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is. So these are ready to be removed from the pan. When you poke this into the chicken, make sure it's in the middle of the chicken and not just on the edge or all the way through, because you won't get an accurate reading. The chicken is removed from the pan and just place it on a plate until we're going to add it back in later. Now add in the onions. If you need to, you can add a drizzle of olive oil. Now these are the opposite of the chicken. You do actually move them around, get them coated in that oil, and then let them set and let them start cooking. This is just going to take about 2 to 3 minutes until the onions are translucent. Once the onions are cooked down, as you can see, they're translucent. They do have a little bit of brownness to them, but that's just because of all that flavor that was on the pan. Then we're going to add in our minced garlic. You can use pre-minced garlic or you can mince your own. We're going to cook this garlic for 30 to 60 seconds. We did 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, which is about 2 cloves of garlic minced. Now we're going to add in 1 cup of that rice. We're going to stir this around and let it brown until the edges start to become translucent. About 2 minutes of cooking time. Now that that's cooked, we're going to add a half a cup of broth. This is very important. Take your spatula and scrape the bottom of the pan. This is called deglazing. We're going to get all those brown bits up into that broth, and that's what's adding all that amazing flavor to our sauce. Then we're going to slowly add in the broth. I'm going to do about a cup at a time. Then we're going to stir this around, and you want to let it cook until that risotto absorbs that broth. Now in the instructions we tell you to use 4 cups of broth. You might not have to use it, but you don't add the next cup or pour until it's been absorbed. We have it on medium heat right now, just so you know that it's not going to burn, but that's why it's also still pretty high, so we want to make sure we're stirring it. As you can see, that risotto is pooping up a little bit and most of the liquid is absorbed. So now we're going to keep adding. I'm going to add about another half a cup to a cup. Stir it in and let it keep cooking for another 3 to 4 minutes until most of that liquid is absorbed. Now you can tell that it's getting nice and thick again, so we're ready to add more liquid. I've already added 2 cups. I'm on my last 2 cups, and I'm doing about 1 cup at a time. A little bit more. And then we're mixing this and letting it keep heating through. And as you can tell, it went from these little tiny looking like rice to now they're getting more and more closer to looking like risotto. I grabbed a little piece and tasted the risotto, and it wasn't quite as soft as I would like. So I went ahead and I'm going to add the rest of the broth. Stir it in, and we're going to let this soak up. So it's going to cook for another 3 to 5 minutes until it completely soaks up. And on the last round, I like to go ahead and add in back that cooked chicken and stir it in so that cooked chicken can get heated through while that risotto is soaking up that extra moisture. Now that you can see most of the moisture is soaked in, my chicken is cooked through. So we are ready to remove this from the heat. We're removing it, and now we just gotta add our last 2 secret ingredients. Okay, they're not secret because remember the whole recipe is linked below. We've got 2 tablespoons of butter that we're gonna mix in and let it melt. Then I'm gonna let this melt for just a few minutes, and then we have 1 more thing to add, and we're about ready to eat. The butter is almost melted through, so now we're going to add our Parmesan cheese. You want a half a cup of parm. You could do Parmesan cheese, you could do the grated kind, or you could hand grate some fresh cheese, which I would prefer, but not today because we're feeling lazy. And then we're just gonna mix this in. Ooh. I'm so excited. Now I know it doesn't look like much. Risotto always kind of looks like a messy bunch, but it's now, it's a 1-pot dinner, you know, I love that. You can easily add in some vegetables if you want to, or I love to serve it with just some steamed asparagus. We have those recipes linked for you in the description and at eatingonadime.com. It's time to dig in. I can't wait any longer. It's time for the bite. A little chicken and some risotto in that bite. Oh my goodness. It does feel fancy, and I love that it's all cooked in 1 pan. And if you love this recipe and need more budget-friendly recipes, make sure you watch our next recipe. I'll see you next time.